Bournemouth and Swansea are just one match away from, of course, a Wembley date, which could see the return of Premier League football. But all, of course, we've still got the second legs of the Championship playoffs ahead. Who's going to come out on top? We'll take a little look next. Once again with another video today. We're taking a look at the Championship playoffs for the 2020-2021 season. Of course, we've still got the second legs in store. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to keep you banging today with all things Black and Rovers League, Championship play. Whoa, football really, we're going to do here. No one, Roski, that's right, of course, Bournemouth and Swansea advantage as they head into the second legs after both of the sides picked up 1-0 wins in the first legs. But of course, it's not as far from over. Anything can happen in, of course, football, and of course, anything can happen in these second legs. We'll take a closer look at that in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. Thank you for your continued support behind the scenes. I really appreciate it, guys. And if anybody else is out there that wants to support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Check out that link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Meanwhile, while I have your attention, we have also got a live action Discord, of course. A lot of chatter going on there. So make sure to check that out. Free to enter, of course, as we try to create a nice little bubbling community over the summer. So what we're going to do now, before we jump into the thick things to talk about that second leg, is go all the way back to actually the last day. We're going to bring you an update, of course, to the Prediction League, boys and girls, and we do have a winner despite only 3 games left. We, of course, the winner have got more points than that, so it is home and hose. There is still, of course, maybe some rankings to be determined in the Prediction League, but anyway, we're going to bring you bang up to date with that. So here, of course, we are talking about the final games of the season. We are talking about these games here. That was, of course, done at the 8th of May. We did an exclusive one-day mega stream for that one. Of course, it was a fantabulous exercise, and of course, appreciate all the guys that took part in that. But anyway, let's take a look at those, of course, results of the Prediction League for that week. Here we go. It's the criteria. Bish, bash, bosh. You know the deal. Not 3 in the shitface gang. 4 to 8 straight face club. And if you're 9+, you're in top bins, boys and girls. What's going on here? Well, we'll have a look at it. Russell Frost, well done to you. Of course, kicked ass and took some names. We're going to have a look at that. There you go. Ultra 52 also did very well. Of course, Yannick also did bits. Omar Esquivel, not too shabby as well. Well done indeed. Alex Weller did bits. Robert Hollis also did okay. AJ 24 did poop. Game Charlie also did a shocker. Chris Welch also did okay. Gavin Wright, not too bad either. Jamie Gold, not too good. Not too bad. Of course, and Calamasta also did very well. Ollie Trafford, not too shabby. Ryan C did bits. Of course, James PCFC also did pretty good. LS did okay. Of course, Tom Stanley, not too bad either. Okay, did okay. And Shane O'Donnell, not too bad indeed. Well done, well done, well done. Of course, Mr. Dong did poop. Damon Haven also did shite. Leeds 2021 also did ghastly. And of course, Jakob Jackson did very well in the corner. Let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. If your name's Damien Evan, don't even look at it. If your name is, though, Chris Welch, Roberto Hollis, and Kevin Wright, well done to you, of course. You wear the crown for this final match day, of course, which, of course, we've already done already. But the overall leaderboard, where is the overall leaderboard? Oh, my goodness gracious me. We'll have a look at the overall leaderboard. Editor, sort that out. In fact, of course, silly me, we'll have a look at the overall leaderboard after the bloody playoff predictions. Of course, we'll have a look at that right here, right now. It's coming at you. So let's take a look at, of course, the results of that playoffs that did take place just yesterday. Of course, Bournemouth taking on Brentford in the first leg down at the Vitality. Of course, it was a 1-0 win, that's right. Going off favour of Bournemouth, I actually went with a 1-1 draw myself, so I got that one wrong. The 1-0 goal coming from Arnaud Janjuma Gruenveld. A bit of a damp squib, that game, not really much to get excited about. And I think there's still lots to be said in this game. And we'll take a look at my next prediction for the second leg in just a second. Of course, what about the other leg, the other tie? Of course, it was Barnsley up against Swansea. Also ended up as a 1-0 win, going in favour of Swansea. Now, of course, this one has a bit of an extra bit of a spice to it because it is an away goal going in favour of Swansea. Barnsley, but I think were by far the better side on the night. I actually went with the 2 win myself, so I was a little bit disappointed with that. But ultimately, yes, Swansea have control. If it ends up all 0-0 at the end, 1-1, guess what? Swansea are going to go through in the end. So how about you guys? How did you guys get on? Of course, this is the criteria, bish, bash, bosh. If you get 0 for this one, you go the regular shit-face gang right there. 1, it gets you in straight face club, and 2, gets you in the top bins right here, right now. So let's get into it. Of course, Andrew Watton did all right. Leeds 2021 also did poop. Game Child also did poop. Paul Williamson smashed it. Well done to you. Of course, Kevin Wright also did really good, and well done indeed. Ojo52 also did okay. Shane O'Donnell, absolute shocker, but it's okay. Yoki Baxter also did bits. OJ52 also did poop. Vincent Ong also did okay. Shadow Ninja did shite. Jamie Gold also did good. I'm String not too bad. Alex Weller did poop. James BCC, great, you did poop. Russell Frost, well done to you indeed. You got the 1 at least. Robert Hollis also did poop. JJ also did poop. And Yannick also did ghastly. I'm Esquivel, well done to you indeed. And AJ24 also did poop. Alex McGillivray also did shite. Osher Omino also did a nightmare. And of course, Ryan C also did okay. Take a look at the leaderboard then for this past week. Here we go. A lot of guys got the big fat zeros on it. It was quite difficult. I think I also got 0 as well, so I'm in that cluster right there. But of course, Cameron Wright, Paul Williamson smashed it with, of course, 100%. But what's that done to the overall table? And I'll have a little look at it as it comes here, thick and fast. So, of course, big thank you for all you guys for taking part. But of course, Russell Frost is your king, and he will be wearing the crown into the new season. Here's the crown. Here's the prediction king for the championship. Well done. We've all had a brief discussions about sorting out his prize because he is in comfortable lead in this one. Of course, he's now won it, and he's also looking like he could be winning a couple other ones as well. So we've already been talking about that. But well done to everybody for taking part. We've still got maybe a small matter of any last minute logistics, of course, to see where you place finally. So of course, if you still want to take part, feel free because it'll keep on rolling. Of course, we still have 3 points on the offering, so Gaming Charlie could go outright second place. Vincent Ong also compete for that honour as well. Also, OK and Alex Weller got their own scrap, of course, finishing in 4th as well. So still a little bit of stuff to be decided. And of course, it also got a little bit of bragging rights for winning at least one of the last 2 remaining prediction videos. Of course, let's get into it though. Let's take a look at the next legs. So here we go, boys and girls. It is Brentford up against Bournemouth. Of course, now we're not going to go into all the Nif trivia that we talked about last time around, but of course, just a little bit of a recap. They played each other 23 times since 2003. Now Bournemouth have got 9 wins compared to Brentford's 8. There's been 6 draws, of course, over the years. And of course, Brentford coming to this with an average of 1.0 goals, 1.09 goals per game against Brentford whenever they played. Of course, on the flip side, Brentford coming into this with a 1.22 goals per game ratio over Bournemouth over the years. Of course, Thomas Frank managing Brentford. Of course, Jonathan Woodgate managing Bournemouth, of course. A quick look at the odds on this one then. 11 to 10 on is your Brentford. They are your favourites for this leg, which does make it very interesting. 11 to 4 is your Bournemouth on this one, and 13 to 5 is your draw. Well, of course, all the stats and figures and also the old odds in mind. I'm actually going to go with Brentford to win this one 2 to 1. However, that does leave an aggregate scoreline of 2-2, and I believe the away goals has a major effect, which will put Bournemouth into the final. Now, I just read a bit of information that has made this a must-win game for Brentford. They must win. They've got to get to the final, because if they do get to the final, David Raya, or if they get to the actually get promoted, the David Raya transfer fee that they got paid a couple of seasons back now could increase to 5 million. So that'll be a nice little Brucey bonus if that was to be done and dusted. So yes, I'll be rooting on for Brentford, of course, but it looks like for me they're going to have to do it the hard way, at least keep a clean sheet, and that would mean David Raya needs to step up the plate. Next up, of course, we'll take a look at the other semi-final. Is Swansea City up against Barnsley, of course, over the years. Now, still Barnsley yet to record a victory in recent times over Swansea City. In fact, you've got to go since 2005. There's only been 1 win for Barnsley over Swansea City. They played each other 16 times in that time span, with 9 wins for Swansea, 6 draws, and again just that 1 win for Barnsley. On average, Barnsley scoring 1.13 goals against Swansea City, who of course pick up a 2.06 goals per game ratio over Barnsley. Of course, Barnsley managed by Valérien Ismaël, and Stevie Cooper also manages Swansea these days. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. 8 to 5 is your Swansea on this one. 2 to 1 is your draw. 70 to 10 is your Barnsley. For me, Barnsley were the better side on this one, on the last match. But of course, matey boy Ayew, who is a different sort of level at this. I still can't believe he still plays at Championship level. He's a quality player. He's one of those guys. He might get paid a fair packet, but he keeps himself to himself, quite grounded. But of course, whenever he's played against Rovers, he's a thorn in the side, and he proved his excellence in this match against Barnsley, of course, with the one and only goal. But for me, I think Barnsley. What have I got going on here? I think I've got actually Barnsley to win this one 2-0 to maybe step up to the plate, because when they turned out the second half, when it was the shit at the fan, Barnsley did go crank it up a notch, and I feel in this game against Swansea City, they'll get an early goal, or when I say an early goal, at least a goal in the first half, which will have it level pegging, and they'll snatch it at the death, of course, with their never say die attitude. But of course, yeah, it's going to be tight, it's going to be interesting, and of course that game and the other one will take place on Saturday the 22nd of May. And if my memory serves me correctly, it will be a Barnsley Bournemouth final in the Battle of the Bees, of course, with a Wembley date, which of course has already been decided. And again, we'll have our own separate prediction video for that. Also, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. Also, check out their links to the old Discord, which is wide open. Good chance for you to start to get yourself immersed within the community that we're trying to build over the summer, of course, with the Euros, with the Copa America, Gold Cup, and of course any transfer rumours and all that kind of stuff. But yes, indeed, I am looking forward to the second legs, and I'm hoping that Barnsley and Brentford make it to the final. It's kind of more predicting with my heart really than my brain, even though I've got Bournemouth to go through to the final, which would kind of suck a little bit. But anyway, that's my picks. Be sure to get your picks in, of course, and also check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. Until then, though, I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, I am out.